You always say that you love me, that you would do anything for me, that you really want me, but how long would you last as my boyfriend? You know me. You really know me. I expect a lot and I can be very strict. I think you have potential, but let's see. Hello, guys. Today's video is gonna get a bit more personal. Like I said in the introduction, it's gonna be about us. You and me, baby. So my question is, do you think that you would be a good boyfriend for me? Would you last? Or it's gonna be just a few weeks until you said, I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna be explaining to you in detail what it entails to be with me, what you can expect from me, a relationship between us, and by the end of the video, I want you to comment down below if you think that you would succeed, you would be a good boyfriend or not. Let's get into it. Don't rush to just say, yes, I can do it. No, because imagining it, wanting it is very different than living it. So, the first thing that I want you to understand is that I like to lead. That doesn't mean that I like to yell. It doesn't mean that I like to argue about everything. No, it's very different. I just want you to have very clear our roles. You follow and I lead, right? I make all the decisions and you just follow. You just accept. You just say yes without arguing. For example, if I'm talking to someone, you just don't jump in, you don't interrupt. I don't like that. You wait, you listen. You understand the difference between being a partner and being someone who always tries to win the last word, who always wants the attention. It's not like that with me. So the first question is, do you think you can handle that kind of dynamic? Or does your ego always try to get the last word and be the one who from time to time decides that they can't follow, they have to lead, they want something different, and for once they want to lead? Because I can't have that happening at all. Be honest with yourself, because that answer says a lot about how long you would last with me. I can't have a partner who is gonna feel like they want to test boundaries. No. There are men that are born to be leaders. They're alphas. They are made to lead and be dominant. But then there are also other kind of men that are made to follow. They thrive in roles of support. They thrive in following other people's leads. So I need you to have very clear that you are that kind of man, not the one who tries to be a leader, but the one who knows clearly that they thrive following the person that they love or following other people that they admire or trust. Are you wondering how our day to day life would be? Well, let me tell you something. For some reason, men tend to think that being in a relationship with dominant women, it's all about drama and yelling and all that stuff. That it's completely wrong. It just depends on the person. Maybe some people are into it. We don't judge. But it's more about, you know, letting her make all the decisions and you accepting them without arguing. For example, I am gonna pick all the shows that we watch. If we're watching a movie, I'm gonna pick which movie. I love horror movies, for example, and I don't care if you prefer action movies or if you're not in the mood for horror. No, that's what I like, and that's what we are watching, a horror movie. But I don't want you distracted with your phone. No, I want you focusing on me and the movie and what we are doing. I am also gonna decide whether you sit next to me on the couch or you give me some space and you sit by my feet on a cushion. It's not about humiliation, it's about how you respond to whatever I decide. So that's the thing. You're gonna have to do daily things that you don't feel like doing sometimes, but you are gonna do it anyways because you want me to be happy, because you respect my decisions, and because you just want to follow my lead. You're gonna watch it even though you don't feel like watching a horror movie or you don't feel like watching a movie. And you're gonna sit wherever I tell you to sit, even though you feel like, "Ugh, I don't want to sit there," but you're gonna do it anyways. Unless you don't have it in you to be that kind of partner. So my question is, would you do all these things even though you don't feel like? Or would you complain and just do your own thing? What kind of man are you gonna be? That's what gonna determine if we are gonna last or not. I'm gonna give you another example. Imagine that you know that I like to have coffee at certain time, and that I like, for example, my phone charger left in certain spot. I don't know, for example, my bedside table. You know that, and you work hard to remember it without me needing to remind you, right? So those are little details that for you aren't chores. They are just part of your routine because you know that I like it and that's how I want things. So you remember to do it. Now let's talk about us in public, right? In public, everything feels different because people notice dynamics. People are gonna know that you are not the leader in the relationship. So you have to be comfortable with just accepting your nature, accepting your true self, and people knowing about it. I don't want you feeling embarrassed. I don't want you hiding. I want you feeling proud. And like everybody should know that you are with me and that you are under my wing. So you are gonna carry my bags in public. You are gonna be a gentleman, open the doors for me, pour my drink, and you're gonna do it with a smile and feeling proud. And maybe I would make you wear a collar, a necklace that says Lucia. But that's more like advanced. Now let's see if you're jealous, honey. Imagine that we're at a party, good music, we're having drinks, having fun, enjoying ourselves, talking to different people. And you see me talking to a guy, we are very friendly. I think that he's really cool. We talk a lot, stuff like that. Would you get jealous? What about if I tell you, you know what, I'm gonna go grab some food with him. You can wait me in the flat. No need to come with us. You can just go home and wait for me there, babe. Do you think you would be able to handle that? Would you be jealous? Or you would think, you know what, she can do whatever she wants. She's free. She's my queen. What's your answer? I don't want jealous people. I don't like that. Mm-mm. So imagine you go back to the apartment alone. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna start staring at your phone constantly, messaging me nonstop, asking me what I'm doing or when I think I'm gonna be back? Because I don't like that either. I just want you to go back to the flat and wait for me. You can do whatever you want, enjoy yourself, watch a movie, have some food. I don't care, but I don't want you texting me nonstop. I give you another example. Imagine that we are at the same party, right? We're talking to different people, enjoying ourselves, and then you see that a guy comes closer and he gives me a compliment, right? And I give him a compliment back. Would you be jealous? Or would you be able to stay calm, keep your cool, and give us some space? What are you gonna do? I wanna know. Because it's very important, and this is what's going to determine if you're going to last or not. I also want to know how you handle being told no and boundaries, because that's another important thing. You might expect affection on your schedule, but it won't be like that. It's on my schedule. It happens when I decide. Sometimes I'm gonna want it, sometimes I'm gonna need my space. To me, it's very important that you know that everything is gonna be on my terms, not yours. Even when you don't like it. Like, for example, imagine that I tell you you're locking it for a week and you don't want to. Or it comes day number 8 and you just can't take it anymore. What would you do? Would you accept it and just, you know, hope that time goes by quick, but just go through it? Or you just disobey me? That's important too. Or imagine I want to start a new training with you, right? For example, I want you getting used with a lot of denial or long denial, and it turns out to be very difficult for you, right? It's doable, but difficult for you. I don't want you complaining or nagging at me. No, I like a guy that's gonna accept it, that his priority is pleasing me and making me happy. A lot of men dream about having a relationship with a strong, dominant woman, but it's difficult and it definitely tests your patience and your obedience, self discipline, self control, everything. You know, they think that they really want it until they have it, and it's difficult. But you know what? It's in the difficult moments when you realize that this is not just a fantasy for you, that you are really this way, and that you are perfect for these kind of women, dominant women. Do you think that you would handle pretty well giving me all the control? Ask yourself and be honest, okay? Do you think you can do it? Because for me, that's one of the most important things. I also don't want you to think that a relationship with a dominant woman or a relationship with me equals being a passive. I don't like passive men. On the contrary, this kind of relationship takes a lot of action and being proactive, because it takes a lot of you remembering what I like, what I prefer, what I want, and you taking action to anticipate to my needs. It can be very tiring having to tell you all the time what are your rules, what I want, or giving you orders. So I expect you to remember everything that I taught you, that you learned, by just being with me and doing those things before I actually need to tell you to do it. So let's imagine that you are at home waiting for me to come back from work. A good boyfriend would wait me with dinner ready, maybe a bath ready, for me as soon as I arrive home after work. Flowers, because I like to be surprised with flowers from time to time. I like roses. Or maybe candles. And I expect you to know exactly what I like for dinner, because if you make pizza or pasta, I'm not going to be happy. I don't want to eat carbs late at night. I don't like that. So you would do all those things without me needing to send you a message and say, hey, I just finished work. Can you do this and that? You would anticipate to my needs. And that requires you to have a lot of memory and to pay attention to details. So that's all for today. I just want to be honest. This is what I expect, okay? And I want you to be honest with yourself and tell me if you think that you can handle it or not. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi guys, I have some exciting news. I now have my own website. So if you want to support me, contact me, or find all of my links, then make sure to check this out. And yes, this is a task for you. So be a good boy and go check it out.